YouTube, let's get it. Back with another vid, YouTube. It's your boy Big Gap. Today, we're gonna be talking about tires, street tires to be exact. I had a request to do this video from one of my subs, Chris Watson. Big shouts out to Chris Watson. Big shouts out to the RC fam for life. All right, so we're gonna get into these tires, man. We're gonna get into these tires immediately. We're gonna start off with Holmes. We have two sets of Holmes here, as you can see. We have two sets of Holmes. This will start off with the white one. The white Holmes is the original Holmes tires. They are like I want to say these are. They have three different sets of Holmes. They have the white, they have the silver, and they have the gold. The gold has the most traction, but it burns. You wear them out faster. As you can see, I've had these on my, I had these since they first started selling these tires. And if you look at these, look at your lettering, it's already peeling. You would think that I had this one a little bit longer than I had this one. But yeah, getting into keeping it moving. This is the white one. These are the original ones. They burn out. They last the longest, but they don't have as much grip. But these are awesome tire. I will say that this tire does better on a vehicle that's a little more heavy than your average. Like 10th scales and 8th scales that don't have a lot of weight. They don't tend to do really well. They still have that drift. It's just drifting all over the place. And when you trying to race on the pavement, you don't really want to do a whole lot of drifting. You need to grip and go. That's the best way. And on your turns, when you have the drift tires, your back end spins out. But all in all, this is a great tire. The compound on it is pretty hard. They're belted. You get no air in there. It's awesome, man. They're awesome tire, man. They're very durable. All right. Moving on to the next Holmes. This is the gold Holmes. This is the one that has the most grip. They have more grip than all the other ones, but they burn faster. They burn out faster. And I've only ran these a few times, and you can see where it's starting to eat away. These have a little bit more traction than the white, so these do a little bit better on the smaller scale RCs. That's not as heavy, but they do good. But they're still more for fun. They're more of a drift around, bash around, have a good time kind of tire. But they're decent in the races. They're decent if you're doing street races. They're decent. If you're doing drag racing, they're pretty good. But if you setting up a course, you're going around a track, they're decent, but not awesome. But I love these Holmes because they smoke. when you burn out with them, they smoke. But there you go. That's the gold Holmes. Next, we'll be moving on to the Proline Avengers. This tire right here is an awesome tire because it's not a hard compound like these tires are. It's pretty soft, so they're kind of squishy. And then they're vented on the inside as well. You see how it's kind of squishy? It's kind of a squishy tire. That makes this have so much traction. It's ridiculous. If you don't want to drift at all on your speed run car or your race car, this is the tire that you want. Out of all the cars that I put these tires on, you have awesome grip. The only car that still kind of gets a little crazy is the X01. But these tires are a night and day difference from the stock X01 tires, because the stock X01 tires, you can barely get the car to a half a throttle without it spinning out. But with these, you can get it up. You can get the speed up. As long as you don't jam on the throttle too hard out of the gate, you can get the speed up. But yes, this tire right here, I recommend this to everybody, man. This right here is a must-have if you drive or you do a lot of street bashing. Well, not bashing, but street driving and street racing and drag racing. These are awesome. I have them on my Kyosho Dodge Demon. I think it's the GT2 the GT2, the GTE2 or something, whatever it is. They are awesome. So this is my #1 recommended tire up here on this table altogether is this one. All right, so moving on to the next. Got them 3 out of the way. Where we go next? All right, next we go to the HPI Racing wheels. I have been getting a lot of people asking me about these wheels, but I haven't ran them. I've only run them twice. I ran them once on my Creighton 6S, and I ran them once on my Team Corrali 6S, but I only ran the cars on 4S. And the front tires still do balloon. They don't balloon really, really bad because I don't think this tire is belted. And if it is, it's a weak belt. They balloon, but not that bad. But that was only on 4S. So I don't know. A lot of people like this tire and they've been asking me about it, but I don't know if I'll fully recommend the tire till I do a little bit more testing on it. I basically tested all these other tires except for that GRP, but I've had GRPs in the past, so I know how those react. But all the rest of these tires, they got a lot of wear out of them. These, I only drove it twice on the street, but on 4S, they are awesome because different from the Terrain Crusher, they're light. They're not heavy. They're your standard weight of a standard wheel. It's not those Terrain Crushers and those Scorpions and all those belted, a lot of those belted tires, belted street tires, they're super heavy. So you put way more strain on the servo, and then they tend, the compound is so hard on them, they still tend to do a lot of sliding instead of just gripping and go. These slide, but not as bad, not nowhere near as bad as the Terrain Crushers. I mean, the Terrain Crushers or the Road Crushers or the Scorpion belted tires. This on 4S, I do recommend this tire, but like I said, I've yet to run it on 6S, so I don't want to jump out there and say, go get these tires, go get these tires. They're great. And then you run them on 6S the first time and you rip one, or it come unglued or something, then you say, oh, Gap gave me some bad information. So the verdict is still out on these. I will be doing the next time we could do the street races, I will put a 6S pack in it and run them and see how good they do. But as far as 4S, they hold up pretty well. And this is the HPI Racing wheel. All right, moving on to the next. The DuraTrax C2 Thrush. I'm saying that right? Yeah, Thrush. Yeah. DuraTrax C2 Thrush. This wheel feels like it's an awesome wheel. I put these on my Corrali right before I put the HPIs on there. I put these on my Corrali on 4S. And as soon as I hit the throttle, the wheel came unglued. Almost all the way around in the back, it came unglued. Look at that. And they was just flopping. It was like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, man, it's a brand new tire. But if you look at this tire, look at the compound. Look at the color of the compound. The tire looks almost gray. It's so ashy. That lets me know that this tire has been sitting somewhere for a long time. And over time, what happened was the glue has worn off, because you can see the stains from where they glued it, but you can tell that the glue has worn off, because like I said, look at the color of this tire and look at the color of this tire. This tire looks gray. It doesn't even look black. Look at the color of that and look at the color of a natural black tire. Look at it. So that further lets me know that these tires probably been sitting in a warehouse somewhere forever. So I can't really blame it for the glue coming unglued. But with that being said, I spent my money on them, so I feel like they should perform. And I was very dissatisfied with, as soon as I hit the throttle, they came unglued. And it wasn't just this one, it was both front wheels came unglued. One of them not so bad, I already glued it back, but I wanted to show y'all this one because it's all the way around except for a little bitty small spot that stayed glued. The rest of it just came out of there. And it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't 10 minutes into the run, 15 minutes. It was, as soon as I hit the throttle and went up maybe 10 feet, they was gone. So as of right now, I would not recommend this tire. I wouldn't recommend it on 3S, 2S, 4S, 6S, 5S, 12S, 13S, none of the S's. This will get. I I'm an honest person. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm an honest person. When I break a car, when I do anything, I make sure I show it. I don't try to boost the products up and make them look better than what they really are. If they're a great product per se, I'm going to tell you that it's a great product. If it's some trash, I'm going to tell you that it's some trash. It could just be my experience, but I can't go by anyone else's experiences. I can only go by mine. And with my experience, I would not recommend this tire until they come out with some newer ones, instead of these ones that you could tell been sitting up in somebody's storage unit or something. I would not recommend this tire, but it looks awesome. It looks awesome, and the feel is not real hard. I don't think they built it. It's not real hard. It's a nice, pretty medium compound. It's vented. You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty cool tire, and it looks awesome. But me, I'm more of a performance person. That's why I like the Avengers. That's why I like the Holmes with this little funny looking pattern right there. Because I'm not a stiffler on how it looks all the time. Sometimes I want the performance, and these did not perform. So I will be gluing them up, and I'm going to give them another try, and then we'll revisit it if I have to. But as of now, they're a no-go. Next, Proline Street Fighter, belted HP. This tire right here is awesome as well. This tire right here is awesome. It doesn't balloon. It handles awesome. It doesn't do a lot of sliding. The only thing about this tire, it is so grippy that cars, when you put them on cars, some of the cars that wouldn't even wheelie, it would make them wheelie because these are so grippy. My Talon that I ran these on, I have the punch down. I cut the punch down to 4 just so it wouldn't wheelie, because I wanted to use it as just a speed basher that can race a little bit. I didn't want it to start wheeling. So I took the punch down to 4. But with these, and it won't wheelie on stock. It won't wheelie on bad lands. There's a lot of stuff that it won't wheelie on. But these right here is going to wheelie almost every single time. Because of the compound. It's soft but hard at the same time. The belts are awesome. But the one thing about this tire that I can say is it's pretty heavy. It's not as heavy as a Terrain Crusher or the Power Hobby, but it's pretty heavy. So you can tell that the servo has to work in overtime to turn these big meats, because these are some big meats. When you're looking at, this is a 3.8 and this is a 3.8. Look at the difference in size. Both 3.8s, but look at the big. It's the inside is what's a 3.8. This right here makes it way bigger. So yes, this tire though is awesome, man. You're not gonna get your back end is gonna stick to the ground and it's gonna go. It's not gonna spin. It's not gonna fishtail. It's not gonna donut. No, it's going to grip and go, especially on a real high traction surface. Now, if you running it on a street that got a little bit of dirt on it, it'll spin then. But if you on some nice, freshly paved, some nice asphalt that just got there, awesome. These would be awesome speed run tires as well. You just can't get up to so many RPMs or you'll tear the belts. But for the cars doing 60, 70 miles per hour, these will be awesome. I promise you. So I definitely recommend the Street Fighter HPs. They are big. They're going to look really big on your car, but they handle awesome. All right, last but not least, I ain't gonna hold you. I know this video's been long, but I'm explaining, so this is gonna take a minute. All right, last but not least, this is the GRP. Shouts out to my brother, Mobay876. That's where these came from. Mobay876, man. I appreciate that, bro. I got these for my Losi 6 R8. I'm going to put these on my Losi 6 R8. This is an S3 compound. Down here in the South, it gets pretty hot. So I've tried a few different compounds, but the S3 works the best. These tires right here are speed run tires. They're belted. They're very hard. You get nothing out of it. It's very hard. But they're 5th scale GRPs also. But they're not super heavy. They're a little heavy, but they're not super duper heavy. but that S3 compound does well down here. It's still going to drift a little bit. It's not going to be like neither one of the Pro Line tires just grip and go. It's still going to drift a little bit, but it's a way better option than the stock tires that's on there. Because the stock tires on there, you just going to drift all over the place. It's going to be hard to keep it straight, almost like the X01. Not as bad as the X01 on stock, but almost like the X01. So with these, I don't expect them to be perfect, but I do expect them to give me a little bit more grip than what I have. So I won't just continue to just drift right, drift left, because sometimes that's cool and I enjoy doing that. But when I'm, racing, or when I'm, doing something else, speed runs, I want to be able to get on the throttle and keep the car straight as possible without the back end of it fishtailing on me. So this is another one. I've had plenty sets of these. I do recommend them for certain cars, but some cars I don't. Cars with wider A-arms, I really don't recommend them. They tend to slide around a little bit more than the cars with the shorter A-arms, like short course trucks and buggies. Those kind of cars with the shorter A-arms, they seem to do a little bit better to me on those kind of cars. Infractions and limitless and speed run type cars, they tend to do a little bit better. So, yep, this is an S3 compound. I'm waiting on the adapters to come. As soon as the adapters get here, you will see these on my Losi 6. And as soon as I get them on, I'm going to do a video with them. So, hey, man, that's my take on tires. Oh, and I do recommend them, like I said, for certain vehicles. Not for everything, but for certain vehicles, I do recommend them. So that's it, fellas. That's my tire video. I am going to do I try to go with all aftermarket tires, except for the Holmes, but you can get these, aftermarket as well. But I mean, get them, buy them just the tires as well. But I tried to go with other things that you can buy instead of the stock stuff. So I will be doing another video on the off-road tires. I'm going to use a few examples. I'm going to use my backflips because I love backflips. So I got to do the backflips. I'm going to do the Cajuts. I'm going to do the Creighton. I'm going to do a couple of the belted ones. I'm going to do the other DuraTrax, the DuraTrax Badgers that I ran the other day. I'm going to do a few Pro Lines. And then, that's going to be another video. But I appreciate y'all sticking around watching the video. I know it was a little long, but I had to do it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, dislike, whatever you like. YouTube. And I'm in it.